My name is Rio and I'm the founder of Polarity Fitness. Polarity Fitness is all about helping people get the gym body without the gym life. We're about helping people build their dream physiques without spending hours in the gym every week and sacrificing the other areas of their lives. So the idea with the warm-up is essentially to do as little as possible to get myself ready to get into my heavy work sets. So the warm-up accomplishes a couple things. Get some blood flowing into the muscle. And it also gets you mentally prepared, because if you just jump straight into your working set, it's going to feel extremely heavy. It's going to feel very uncomfortable. So you kind of have to prepare yourself physically and psychologically to get into the heavy work sets. Like if I can do the smallest amount of work possible to prevent fatiguing myself for getting into the actual working sets, that's what I want to do. Yeah, slowly I just kind of ramp myself up to my heavy working sets, and then once I feel ready to get into the working sets, rest a few minutes, and then I get into them, and then I fucking crush them. Up here in this, I haven't done flat bench in a long time.
What do you reckon you're gonna bench today? Consider benching a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very deep into my cut right now, so strength on upper body lifts is potentially down a little bit, although I did maintain my strength very well in my upper body presses this cut. Not exactly sure how switching to this will go, but I'm gonna go for like 185 right now. Between those warm-up sets, usually rest like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And then between working sets, it's like 3 to 5 minutes rest between sets. As a general rule of thumb, always start light. Always start light. You don't have to rush to be lifting heavy weights, especially when you're introducing a new exercise. Always start light in order to help you build that momentum so that once you do get into heavier weights, you're not gonna plateau right away. I'll probably do like one more warm-up set and then get into the working set. I think I might go for like maybe 230, maybe 235. So I generally like to do like, one set for like 50 to 60%, and I'll do one like 70%, and then one maybe like 80, 85%. And then I'll usually get into the working sets, but I'm not 100% sure what to do now. Because I just realized this was like 80% of what I was gonna go for, which is usually my last warm up, and it felt pretty fucking light. So yeah, I mean, worst case I go too light, and then it's fine. I'll just get more reps, right? So it's not really a concern. Yeah, throw a 225 on for the fuck of it. Let's do one rep here. That's feeling good. It's really good. Yeah, I say like right now 230, 235 is probably a good place to start. That's like a, safe, So yeah, I'm gonna rest, a few minutes, and then I'll get into the working set. That's like the worst thing that happens, right? Like the worst thing is that you go too heavy and then you completely screw yourself. You fail a rep, or you don't fall into the rep range. The worst thing that happens when you go too light is that you get more reps, and that's gonna build pretty much just as much muscle, right? So it doesn't really matter that much. There's more pros to going lighter than going heavier. And that's like something, holy shit, that scared the fuck out of me. That's like something you learn with experience. Like when you're newer to training, you always want to go heavy. Like you always want to your ego kind of gets in the way. As you get more experience, you realize like ego is the worst enemy when it comes to training, right? I like to do a bit of chalk even for my like pressing movements. The better you can grip the bar, stronger press you have, like not just for pulls like deadlifts, rows, chin-ups. That's important to use chalk, but I also like using chalk on my presses. If you don't feel your heart beating a little bit before you get into your sets, then you're probably lacking a bit of a competitive attitude in the gym. Because that's what training is all about, right? It's about cultivating that competitive spirit so that you're striving forward, that you're striving to progress forward, you're striving to really train hard and stimulate growth. A lot of people, they don't have that competitive spirit, and they're just going through their workouts in a daze, and this is where it's really important to track your workouts, right? You want to look at your workouts and be like, okay, can I add a rep here? Can I add a rep there? These are the different things that, like having a proper structure to follow, having goals and strength standards in place, and tracking your workouts every workout, right? Like the first thing you want to do after you finish your set is go to your phone and write down what you did, right? This is what cultivates that competitive spirit that over time allows you to get pretty fucking strong and build a good physique. Very basic, but very few people do it. 230 was the right weight. fell into the rep range I was hoping for, sort of that 6 to 8 rep range.
Why do you work in the 6 to 8 rep range?
I think when it comes to being very efficient with gym time, you want to stay in that sort of 5 to 12 rep range. If you're someone who's trying to save time in the gym, if we look at the like effective rep theory, only the last 5 reps of a hard set actually really stimulate growth, right? If you just drop your reps down to like 5 to 8 or like 5 to 12, you're already in that sort of rep range where like the first rep onwards is stimulating maximum muscle growth, is recruiting maximum muscle fibers, right? So if you want to be very efficient with your gym time, you want to do lots of work in that sort of 5 to 12 rep range. And that's also a good rep range for gaining strength. The more reps you do, like the higher rep ranges you work in, the harder it is because those sets are very grueling and fatiguing. It's much easier to sort of maintain that consistent strength gain with a sort of medium rep range, right? And if your goal is muscle growth, right, you don't really want to be going below 5 reps. Like the sort of, I guess, muscle growth range is like that sort of 5 to 30 rep range. But within that rep range, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like if you want it to be mostly in the 8 to 10, 8 to 12 rep range, that's completely fine. You're not necessarily going to build more muscle by hitting one rep range more than another. As long as it's in that general rep range of like 5 to 20, 5 to 30, you can work in whatever rep range you like in that general rep range, right? I think for muscle growth, it's good to get like a certain spectrum of rep ranges. So like one of my sets, the heaviest one I like to do in that sort of like, 5 to 8, 6 to 8 rep range. And then for like my second set, I like to be in that sort of 8 to 12 rep range to sort of hit a spectrum. I think it's good for muscle growth to do that. Fuck. See, that's the intensity you need to bring if you want to stimulate maximum muscle growth. 0 reps left in the tank, man. That's how most of your sets should look. The reason why people believe they need to be in the gym more than twice a week, because you won't see a motherfucker training like that in the public gym. You can say you bring that intensity. I know you fucking don't. I know you're fucking lying. From what I've seen, I've worked with many people at this point. I've seen lots of people train. I mean, I've been training 7 years, and it's very, very rare, especially at the outset, when people begin training, that they know how to bring that level of intensity, which is normal, right? Like when you're starting out, it takes time to really learn how to bring that level of intensity, but even most people have been training for years, don't know how to bring that level of intensity. And they can't actually get strong because they're doing too much work, they're fatiguing themselves too much. If you drop the volume, you drop the total quantity of work you're doing in the gym, all of a sudden you can step into the gym fresh, fully recovered, able to bring lots of intensity to your sets. And you can stimulate growth with very little work. That's 2 sets, right? Just 2 sets pretty much to 0 reps in reserve, pretty much close to failure. And that's all I'm gonna do, and my chest feels fucking stimulated as shit, and that's because I brought that level of intensity. People are like, oh, I can train with a lot of volume and a lot of intensity. It's like, shut up. Not fucking true. You're bullshitting. You're bullshitting yourself, you're bullshitting anyone you tell that, because it's not true, unless you're taking shitloads of drugs. If you're natural, if you're not taking drugs, like you can train like Arthur Jones, right? Legend of high intensity training, the Godfather. He has a quote, you can train long or you can train hard. You can't do both. Good luck fucking doing like 10 to 20 sets per muscle group if you're training like that. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna fucking happen. So yeah, that's probably like the biggest deficiency in gyms, is people's ability to actually train hard and push their sets like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit a warm-up set on Romanian deadlifts, and then we'll get into like 2 sets. Same sort of set structure, heavy set, lighter set. I'm not big on straps in general. I think when it comes to like, I think when people use straps for exercises like rows and chin-ups and like things like that, I think that's retarded because you want to build your forearms and hands. But when it comes to Romanian deadlifts, my grip gives out like far before my hamstrings do. So here it doesn't make sense. I'm not here to build my forearms. Like if you're using a mixed grip, you're not going to build that much forearm, to be honest. So I rather just like save kind of the grip and forearm work for when I'm doing chin-ups and rows. And then when it comes to Romanian deadlifts, I just strap up because I'm not there to build my forearms. I don't want to basically like limit how much growth I can stimulate. So yeah, I'll probably go for like 275, 280 for the heavy set. Rest a few minutes and then I'll get into that. Yeah, so when it comes to Romanian deadlifts, you want to picture closing a door with your ass, right? You want to picture there's like a door open right behind you, right? And you want to, without using anything else, you just want to use your ass to close it, right? Which means you're just going to shove your ass back like that, right? So you want to drop just like this, right? You don't want to like go, you don't want to think of going down like this because your back might round. You want to think of pushing the hips back. Always lead through the hips, right? Fuck me.
How do you feel like you're able to push yourself in the gym? Like what motivates you on each side?
I think what really pushes me, knowing that it's those last few reps that are actually going to stimulate growth and get you the physique you want, is critical. So understand that if you're not pushing it to that sort of bleeding edge, you're basically preventing yourself from really building the physique you want. Because those last few reps, again, are the ones that really count. But how I sort of tap into that mindset is I think about why I got into training in the first place, right? Which is that I was fat growing up. I was teased by a lot of people. And I have like this, inner drive to prove people wrong. Whew, fuck. Shit. Gonna do some bent over barbell rows. Probably just do like 2 sets of like 10 to 12 reps, the same weight. But yeah, this is one of my favorite rowing motions. Generally I like to stick to a little bit more like back supported stuff on rows, just because if I'm doing deadlifts in the same routine, then it's a little bit more fatiguing on the lower back. But since I'm at my home gym, I don't really have access to that, so I'm going to be doing some basic bent over rows.
What are your thoughts on sort of cheat wrapping a little bit?
Yeah, so I like to use a little bit of body English when it comes to rows. You can keep them strict if you want to. Well, I have a really crazy head rush right now. I'm seeing like 3 of you right now. Fuck. But yeah, I like to use a little bit of body English. I feel like, you know, if I'm going too light and I'm trying to keep things really, really strict, I'm not like using enough weight to actually create like a good stimulus. So I think excellent form is crucial. But I think nowadays people are a little bit maybe too obsessed with like keeping things like impeccable. It's like a little bit of body English like that's not really gonna hurt you. I think it gets really hard to progress consistently when you're like, you know, trying to do these like 3-4 second eccentrics and like counting the seconds up, down. Like I think people have become a little bit too distorted in that sense. But yeah, I'm okay with a little bit of body English as long as I'm not like fucking jerking it and completely changing the movement, turning it into like a fucking snatch. Then yeah, no, it's good. But yeah, I'm gonna rest like 3 minutes and get into one more set of this, and then that will be it for my compound lifts. I like to do no more than like 3 hard compound exercises per session, and then I like to throw in like 2 good isolation exercises to finish things off, put the icing on top of the cake, hit the muscle groups that may not have got hit quite as hard from the compounds. So we'll get into some lateral raises and then some incline dumbbell curls on the bench. Shit. Yeah, so when it comes to isolation exercises, I just pick based upon what I feel is lagging behind and I want to work more. I think like for example, most guys want a little bit of extra bicep work. So yeah, by all means throw in the bicep work, right? The issue with isolation exercises tends to be that guys overuse them and they neglect the big compounds in favor of doing more isolation exercises, when really like the isolation exercises are just the icing on top of the cake, right? And you can't really deem anything a weak point if you're weak as a whole. You're not actually progressing on your compound lifts. So if you're doing your compounds and you're getting stronger at them and you notice like certain muscles are starting to lag behind, then that's when you want to throw a little bit of isolation work at it, right? So yeah, I'm gonna hit some lateral raises here. I always love to throw in a little bit extra work. Lateral raises really build like the side delt, give you that rounded look. So I love doing lateral raises. I pretty much always have them in my routine. And I always have some form of bicep work as well, right? Because who doesn't want a little bit more biceps, right? When it comes to, you know, something like lateral raises, I tend to stick to a little bit of a higher rep range. I'm not a fan of doing like sets of like 8 to 12 with lateral raises. I find it awkward. So I like to, for most of my isolation work, I like to keep it in that sort of like 10 to 20 rep range. Biceps can be done in that sort of like, you know, 6 to 10, 6 to 12 range. But for most things, neck curls, lateral raises, rear delts, things like that, you want to keep it a little bit higher rep. That's a wrap. Okay. So right now I'm about, I think, hovering around like 170, 172. Pretty lean, man. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So yeah, probably, you know, maybe eat in like a, you know, moderate calorie deficit. I mean, when I'm cutting, I generally stick to like 300 to 500 calorie deficit. But now moving forward, I might do either a little maintenance phase, or I might eat in like a, you know, small calorie deficit, really like trim off like maybe a pound or two more. But I'm very lean. At this point, cutting more, you're risking muscle loss. So it's kind of diminishing returns. But yeah, I'm looking pretty good if I don't say so myself. But yeah, guys, this is what the Polarity fitness philosophy can get you. 2 hard workouts per week. It's the name of the game, man. Low volume, high intensity training. People say you can't build a great physique working out twice a week. I say fuck them. Never learned how to flex my back, but you guys get the point. Yeah, so Polarity Fitness is essentially a fitness movement dedicated to helping busy people build their dream physiques through a minimalist fitness approach, right? We're all about helping people get the gym body without the gym life, right? It's like, let's build this physique, let's get the health and fitness dialed in, but let's also not spend hours in the gym every week and live this gym rat lifestyle and sacrifice the other areas of our lives, right? Let's become well-rounded people who are in great shape, who have great physiques, but are also striving to become more successful in the different areas of our lives, right? To have a career that fulfills us, to have great relationships, right? It's to be the total package, right? That's generally the message of Polarity Fitness. It's like, there's more to life than just building a great physique. Let's get that stuff dialed in, but let's also do it in a way that allows us to spend minimal time in the gym and minimal time with the fitness, so that we open up all this time and this space to then go and crush it in the different areas of our lives.
You want to tell us where we're going and what we're doing?
Yeah, man, we're headed over to my mom's place. Gonna do a little interview with her about, you know, me, my childhood, how she's seen me evolve over time. And then we're also going to be getting on a call with a prospect, potential client. And yeah, those are the priorities for today. Potentially we might go for a nice walk in the forest, get some steps, you know.
How are you feeling about the call?
I'm feeling great, dude. Yeah. I really enjoy talking to prospects. You know, at the beginning it's a little like weird, you're not used to it. Especially because like the way I was, before I was like selling a product basically on like an order. This guy wants to get fucking hit 10 points on this guy, man. Shit. Fucking people, man. Like, use your brains. Fuck. But yeah, before I was just using like an order form to sell products, so I wouldn't talk to any of my prospects, but it's really cool to actually like speak to them one-on-one and get to hear more about their problems. And oh my god, look at these fucking drivers in Ottawa. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people, man? Like, bro, fuck, man. People in Ottawa don't know how to drive, dude. Maybe it's Canada in general. Like, fuck. Fucking horrible, man. Need to get some gas. Dude, it's crazy. Before COVID, gas was at like fucking 49 cents. Now it's like 162. Make sure to not get the pin. No, don't need you fuckers stealing my credit card information. I thought you slipped. Mom? Mom? Hey, what's up? Oh, you look nice.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Oh, hey, sweetie. I'm good. I'm Rio's mother.
How do you feel about Rio starting a fitness brand?
fantastic. It's great. He went through some years of bad behavior, as any teenager does. And he's a person of extremes. You know, when he was going through that phase where he was hanging out with, you know, questionable people and doing questionable things, I was concerned. Luckily, it was very short-lived, and he then just went full on into a healthy lifestyle. And for me, that was that was a huge relief that he managed to channel his extremism into health, you know, and not just for himself, but now he's helping other people. Oh, here we go. Are you filming?
This guy's got one of the longest names I've ever fucking seen in my life. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me, man? Okay, well, how this call will go is I'll start off by asking you some questions about your fitness and the application that you sent through. And then if it sounds like, you know, I can help you out and it sounds like we're a good fit to work together, I'll explain what I have to offer and how that works and everything. And then at the end of the call, you can make a decision about whether you want to be a part of it or not.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Okay, so tell me, what motivated you to take the time out of your day and schedule a call with me?
I have always struggled to find a perfect balance between fitness and my daily life. Like sometimes I have to go out, like I want to hang out with my friends, or sometimes I don't have the right meal prep, and I have the school and the work.
Okay, so you're basically trying to find an approach that allows you to balance all the different areas of your life. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I struggle a lot with that.
Okay, got it. And is not being at, 95 kg and having more muscle and strength affecting any other areas of your life?
Sometimes I don't feel like I don't like what I see in the mirror, so that sometimes that makes me feel like in the past weeks that has made me feel like a little bit insecure, like.
Okay, Carlos. Well, I think I can help you with this. I think you're actually a great fit for what I do. My area of expertise is helping men gain muscle by working out 2 to 3 times per week with low volume, high intensity training. I typically work with guys who are struggling to gain muscle, lose fat, build strength, and get the physique they really want. And I help them transform their bodies and build strong, lean, and muscular physiques. And we do this through low volume, high intensity training and a flexible nutrition plan.
All right, okay, I like it. I would like to talk about the financial side.
Yeah, so the everyday price for this is...
Being honest, really the financial side will be a huge problem for me. This build column has been really helpful. And I would really like to take in consideration this for the future. I just need to save up some more money because the financial side will be a problem for me because I'm a student.
Yeah, man. If it's not a fit, then it's not a fit, right? I'm not gonna force you into this. You know what I mean? It's like it has to be something that you want to do, and I don't want to put you into a position where you're going to be compromised financially and you're going to be in a hard position. I don't want that for any of my clients, of course. So I totally respect that, man.
Yeah, of course, and I highly appreciate that.
Hopefully we can work together in the future once you're in a better spot financially.
Yeah, of course, bro. I would really like to work with you guys. Thank you, bro.
Awesome, man. Well, enjoy the rest of your day, bro. I hope you take care, and we'll talk soon, hopefully.
Yeah, of course. Good luck with the business, and I hope you get a lot of clients today.
Thank you, bro. Awesome. All right, take care, man.
Okay, so why didn't he sign up?
Honestly, man, he seemed like he was an absolutely fantastic fit, but he didn't have the finances, man. And if you don't have the finances, then, it costs money. The sales calls are part of the whole new direction that I'm taking Polarity Fitness, where traditionally, for my first year starting the business, it was very much focused on selling a course, right? It's called the Herculean Bulking Program. And it was just sold basically through an order form, right? There was very little sort of, I don't want to say intimacy, but there was less contact with the clients. And I felt as though I kind of needed to take it in a new direction where I was actually helping people in sort of a tight-knit setting. Instead of just giving them a course to follow, I actually wanted to be involved in the process and to make sure that they were, doing things properly and having my sort of guidance to guide them through the journey. So that's why I'm doing the sales calls now, is because, I need to really make sure that the people I'm going to work with are a good fit, right? I don't want to just sell it to everybody. I want to make sure that I'm actually making sure that people are qualified to work in that sort of setting, because it's not for everybody, right? Not everyone is that serious about it, but for those who are very serious about achieving their fitness goals, it really does help to have that sort of higher tier offering where they can actually get access to me. Because one thing I was realizing with my, the students in my course, it's that, they had the information and everything was going well in that sense, but they needed someone to sort of guide them through, the sort of road bumps that are inevitable, right? And they needed that sort of accountability, right? I think that's a huge part of achieving success in fitness is, like having the information is good and everything, right? But it helps to have someone who's been there, done that, give you the proven system, the proven path, and also hold you accountable, right? Because it takes time to create that sort of habit, and it helps to have someone like guiding you through and holding you accountable to doing what you need to do on a weekly basis.
So how's today been for you so far?
It's been good, man. It's been good. Woke up, had a good sleep. Getting the news that you were sick scared the fuck out of me. Then, you're okay. You're still able to film. And we had that call. The call went pretty well. Although I didn't get the sale, I felt like I did my best. Felt like I helped him make an empowered decision. And now we're on this beautiful walk, and it's starting to fucking rain. I absolutely love walking, especially in the forest. I think it's absolutely one of the best things you can do, not only for your physical health and building a great physique, but for your mental health. I think as a society, we've become a little bit too detached, maybe distanced from nature. I feel like we don't spend as much time as we should in nature anymore as a society. It's one of my favorite things to do, just like not listen to anything, no podcast, no music. Sometimes I'll do that and kill two birds with one stone, be gaining knowledge while I'm getting my steps in, going for a walk. Sometimes it's nice to just kind of deplug, walk through the forest, connect with nature. I feel like nature is sometimes the best mentor, and it gives me a chance to kind of relax, deplug from everyday life and really think about things and solve problems and but in terms of like building a good physique, I mean, low intensity cardio such as walking is fantastic, because the truth is, people think they need to be going on jogs, they need to be doing intense cardio, but intense cardio is really very unproductive if the goal is to have a great body composition, right? If you want to have, lots of muscle, little fat, intense cardio at least tends to be counterproductive for two reasons. The first reason is because it tends to increase your appetite, right? If you can keep your appetite low, you're probably going to have an easier time staying lean. The other thing is that if you're not taking, performance enhancing drugs, if you're natural, right, you have a limited recovery. And if you want to have the best body composition, have lots of muscle, have lots of strength, little fat, you want to save that recovery and allocate it towards your weight training and training hard, getting stronger in the gym. That's the truth, because if you're doing intense strength training multiple times a week and you're also going on these crazy runs, you're going in too many different directions, right? Your focus is a bit diluted. The bugs, man. The bugs are so bad. But yeah, your focus tends to be a little bit diluted when you're trying to do this intense cardio, go for runs, go for jogs, and also build a lot of strength in the gym, right? So you have to really understand, like if you want to go for runs, that's fine, right? And you can make it work if you're very much on top of the other recovery elements, such as your sleep, your recovery, your nutrition. And if you want that balance, that's great. But if you really want to make the fastest progress with your physique and stay lean, build lots of muscle, you want to allocate most of your resources and your energy towards your strength training, building muscle in the gym. So we got 5 eggs fried in a tablespoon of olive oil. Then we got some strawberries, some blueberries, nice little light meal, very dense in nutrients.
Do you tend to eat the same thing every day?
I eat the exact same thing every day, man. Literally the exact same thing. Oh, fuck. The phone. Should I pick that up or not? Yeah, so I'm basically what I call a uniform eater. So I keep my diet pretty much, you gotta be fucking sucking me. Probably this, dude, it's like this, like, such, like this crazy long phone number. I know it's gonna be like a scam. Yeah, so I eat pretty much the exact same meals almost at the same time every day. This phone will not stop ringing.
You're good, just keep going.
Keep going, okay. Yeah, so I'm basically a uniform eater. So something I teach to my customers and my clients is to eat very similarly each day, because it eliminates decision fatigue, right? So if I'm gonna eat something different every day and I'm coming up with these elaborate meals, that takes away a lot of time from my work. So I like to just know, like, okay, it's at this time I'm gonna eat this, I don't have to think about it, and I know that they're good, healthy meals that fit into my nutrition plan and help me hit my nutrition requirements. If you're eating different things every day as well, not only does it waste a ton of time when it comes to decision fatigue, deciding what you're going to eat, but it also makes it a lot harder to track your calories. So when it comes to tracking calories, it helps to keep your meals very simple, and it helps to eat the same meals all the time, right? Because if I'm doing like, ton of different ingredients and I'm always doing these different meals, it's hard to know kind of like how much I'm eating. So when it comes to tracking, it helps to keep them simple and like automatic, right? And then the other thing that's really helpful is, when it comes to tracking calories, you can be a little bit more lenient when you eat the same foods all the time and the same meals all the time, because you master the meals and you get used to them. You know, okay, I know how much 5 eggs is. I know, like, you can kind of look at the plate and you can see how it looks on the plate, and you can see like, okay, I know it's this many calories. I know this is that many calories, and it eliminates the need to be very meticulous with calorie tracking. So just eating the same thing all the time, you get very used to it, and you understand what foods, what meals you gravitate towards, and then you can just kind of eyeball the calories with accuracy. And then it eliminates the need to be very like meticulous. So you're just gonna sit there with that? You're not gonna get tired?
No.
No tripod?
How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah?
Good. Ready to crush this fucking shit. But I don't think of that. I'm like, you know what? Let's diagnose. You know what I mean? Diagnose for problems. If there's problems, I'll solve them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
With the offer. If he doesn't fit, then it's a no-go. Dude, the show rate though, man, I'm gonna have to start like implementing some sort of follow-up system. You know what I was thinking, dude? Something that I'm really missing out on right now is the SMS, like text messages.
Oh yeah.
As follow-up, because like, dude, man, people just don't show up. Like it's nuts, dude.
Do you feel like you're quite confident now with your ability to jump into a sales call?
You know what? There's always like a little bit of nerve. Like right before, I'm like, I'm like breathing a little heavy and stuff, and like I try to like calm myself down. But like as soon as I like hear their voice, it's just like a conversation, you know what I mean? Like good sales is just like having a conversation with a friend. It shouldn't be anything different. Like I'm always thinking like, no, I'm just talking to one of my homies, because they are my homies, you know what I mean? Like the people who book calls, like they're there for a reason. They know I can help them. They have like usually applied the philosophy already, got some form of results. It's almost like a friendship already formed. And that's the thing with content, that you usually attract people who are already similar to you in a sense, especially if you're obviously being yourself. So you tend to attract a lot of people who are kind of like you, and then you kind of vibe. That's a cool thing about content.
You reckon this guy's that kind of guy?
I don't know. We'll find out, man. We'll find out. I'm gonna join right now. Let's see. But I always get that heart beating, you know what I mean? Like my heart beats before the calls. Because think about it, man. Like right now I have the potential to change this guy's life. If he has a problem, it's my responsibility to show him that I can solve his problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if I, like people see sales wrong. People see sales like, oh, I'm going for his money. I want his money. Like they think it's like unethical, right? But I think proper sales is the most ethical thing you can do, because what you're doing is you're getting someone out of their own way.
Yeah.
You're getting them to realize, oh, like this guy and what he has to offer can put me in a very good situation, can completely change my life, 4:31, come on, man. I waited.
You reckon it's gonna be a no-show?
Perhaps, man, perhaps. Come on, man. I just set this all up.
How long do you usually wait?
Usually about like 5-10 minutes. I usually like send them like a personal email, like, hey man, I'm in the meeting when you're ready. Sometimes I call them as well though, because in the application, I ask for their phone number. So I like call them. Usually they ghost. Because oh shit, like I'm supposed to be in this call. They feel like a bit of sense of like guilt, like they're being chased down in a sense. Maybe I'll give them a little call.
call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and try again.
But you can imagine the frustration of the no-shows, dude. Like, you get everything ready, you're in place, and it's like, oh, I don't care. I'm not showing up. Guy literally booked it this morning. Like, come on. That's really annoying, man. Fuck.
Tell me why you're okay showing people all the failures, especially when it comes to getting clients and starting the brand. Do you not think that people will be put off buying from you?
Yeah, so the reason we're showing a lot of the hardships and the failures, and I actually can't take credit for this. I have to give credit to my genius film producer, Oberon, who came up with this sort of idea of being radically transparent with people, right? Because as I know, as most people know, right, in the modern day fitness industry, there's a lot of bullshit. It's a very grimy industry. There's a lot of there's a lot of bullshit, quite frankly, right? There a lot of people are very unethical in the fitness industry, and we sort of thought that we would take this whole idea of like transparency and honesty to the next level and really let people in on like not only the fitness side of things, but also like how we're going about growing the business and the hardships regarding that, right? Because I think also as someone who is very passionate about entrepreneurship and business, I know that there are a lot of people teaching business who lie about how hard it really is, right? And it's fucking difficult, man. Like it's like entrepreneurship is mostly just eating shit with a nice glimmer of hope once in a while that it's really gonna become what you want it to become, right? But most of the time it's just uncertainty and eating shit day after day after day, and you get these little glimmers of hope, right? And so we don't want to, hide our sort of intentions, right? I think there's a lot of people sort of like hiding their intentions in terms of wanting to make money and build a business in the fitness industry. And like we're very transparent with the fact that like, yes, we want to impact people, we want to change people's lives, we want to help them, but we're also here to make money and build a company, right? We're here to scale a company. And we don't want to hide that. We want to be honest with people about that, because ultimately, like, I'm a firm believer in that entrepreneurs are the people who change the fucking world, right? And so I have no issues talking about the fact that, yes, I'm here to make money. And ultimately, if I don't make money, then I can't get this message out to more people, right? And so building this business, scaling it, making more money is going to be a huge part of me spreading this message. And I think an important thing to keep in mind as well is that I didn't get into entrepreneurship saying like, I want to build a business. What business should I start, right? I got into entrepreneurship because I was obsessed with this message and I was obsessed with wanting to spread this. And then the business came kind of second, right? So it was more so my obsession with wanting to get this philosophy, this message out there that really transformed my life from being, a little fat kid who was insecure, had low confidence, low self-esteem, into who I am now. And fitness truly gave me that confidence and that self-belief that I needed to eventually start the Polarity Fitness brand, right? And so I saw firsthand just how powerful fitness can be in transforming someone's life, right? Like the physical results, while incredibly satisfying, are kind of just the icing on top of the cake in the journey that is fitness, right? The real pleasure is showing yourself that if you set a goal, you set an intention, and you work towards it consistently, you can fucking get that, right? And learning that from a young age was absolutely critical to me, right? People say like, Rio, how are you doing this so young? It's because of fitness. Fitness taught me that if I set a fucking goal and I work consistently towards it, I'm gonna get it, right? And that's that sort of power that fitness has held in my life that I want to give to other people, right? And Polarity Fitness is the vehicle through which I will deliver that message into the world.
Okay, so tell me what just happened.
What just happened is that booked 2 calls in the span of 20 minutes. 2 fucking sales calls. So we got three calls tomorrow to potentially change some people's lives.
You ready?
Fucking right, man. I would have 100% paid for the program that I have now. In fact, I did pay for programs, and most of them gave me shit results. And so, I think my having been in the fitness industry and having been a consumer of the products in the fitness industry gives me a huge edge in terms of the products I'm able to create, because I know that most products are bullshit. Like most stuff doesn't work, and that's ultimately why I created Polarity Fitness to begin with. It's because, I wanted to sort of fill that void of like proper, simple, practical, effective fitness information, right? So yeah, as a kid, I wish I would have had a program like the one that I sell, or the coaching or whatever, man, because I would have saved myself a lot of time lot of fucking heartache, man. Like it was pain. It's painful when you want something so badly and you just can't figure it out. You know what I mean? Dude, one thing you probably haven't experienced here yet is the bugs. They're so bad, man. Boom. Right there, motherfucker. Got him. Come on, like I'm a fucking wizard with this shit.
You think this guy's been shot?
I'm not sure. It's 12:45. He did book it today, so like technically he should. Hopefully I can give him a call. They never answer the call though because like they figure like they probably see Canada underneath it. And they're like, oh, it's Rio. He's chasing me down. He's on my ass. They feel like red-handed almost that they're not showing up. Something's got like 2 reminder emails though, so come on, he's got no excuse at this point. Dude, you know what's so key, man? I think we talked about this the other day, but it's like my best sales calls are the ones where I go in and I just like have so much care for the person. Like I have a love for them. You know what I mean? Because I think of like myself. I almost like picture my younger self. Like, you know, like if I could go back in time, I could like shake my younger self and be like, do this. Like, come on, Rio, you gotta fucking do this. You know what I mean? I have like that conviction. That's how I sort of feel when I have these guys on the call because like I've done so much of the different shit and I know that I'm their best option and that the other stuff is not gonna work for them, most likely. So that's why I'm like, you know, like, come on, man, like, fuck, come on. Like I have so much love for the prospects, for the potential clients that I just want to like, you know, I want to grab them and shake them and be like, dude, like, this is it. Like, this is what you got to do, man. Fuck.
Can you tell me a little bit about Rio's struggle when he was younger with his weight gain?
Well, it kind of crept up over time. It started to become a problem when he left elementary school and then started junior high school. He became incredibly self-conscious about it, obviously. I think he was teased, from what I understand. And, you know, of course, there was soccer. You know, he was very passionate about soccer. He had outgrown the league in our town, and then had decided to join, you know, another league in the city that was more competitive, and his weight was really a problem. You know, it was preventing him from keeping up with his teammates, and his coach pointed it out. And so, yes, so, you know, it was a bunch of different things that were going on at the same time that just, you know, really inspired Rio to take matters into his own hands. And so, you know, without really our knowledge, he started doing a lot of research. He started following certain people that he admired, and then slowly but surely he transformed himself.
How did you feel? Because obviously Rio had quite a dramatic weight change over sort of the course of almost a summer.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
He went from one extreme to the other. He tried a bunch of diets, and he took it way too far. Yeah, way too far. He became borderline anorexic, and I was very concerned. And, you know, but Rio's he's headstrong, and he has to figure things out for himself. He likes to learn through trial and error, and you know, luckily, you know, I think it took a teacher at his school to take him aside and mention something for it to really hit home. And so then he started once again doing research, and then he was turned on to bodybuilding. Yeah.
Oh, it says people are waiting. There we go. He's here. So where are you calling from today?
Well, I'm from Brazil.
Awesome, man. All right. Well, we can dive right in and get started with this call if you want.
Okay.
So tell me, man, like what motivated you to take time out of your day and schedule a call with me?
Well, I have been training like for 6 months, I guess, and I started to feel like so tired.
Tired? Can you like what do you mean by that?
I was training like a lot and spending too much time in the gym. You know, like I started to be out of time. You know.
Okay, so like you don't have much time for the routine that you're following right now, is that right?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I can definitely help with that, man. I think you're actually a good fit for what I do.
If I enter the program, you would like calls or?
Yes, it's one-on-one coaching.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to enter right now, like during the call.
Well, yeah, I get that you might need, some time to think about that. And, I actually encourage that. We want this to be a great fit for everyone. Can I ask you this? What haven't we discussed that you still need to think about? Because, that's why I take the time on these calls. I'm here right now to help you make an empowered decision.
Well, actually, we talked pretty much about everything I want to know, but it's like the problem. It's not even the like having doubts and this stuff. It's just that it's like too much money, like in Brazil, So I have to think about it.
Okay, well, here's what I can do for you, okay? Are you on Facebook?
We actually don't use Facebook. I don't use it.
Do you have Instagram?
Yes, I do.
What's your Instagram? Here, I just followed you, I think. Let me know if you got my friend request.
All right. Just followed you.
Awesome, man. So I just basically reach out to me on Instagram. You should probably, have your decision clear by, let's say, noon tomorrow. Would that be fair?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you, man. Cool.
How'd it go?
Good, man. Good. Yeah. Good call for sure. He'll probably get back to me. What tends to happen though is that once they're off the call, they don't. They usually because they don't like saying no on the call, so they try. You could see he was trying to find every excuse to get off the call so that he doesn't have to make the decision. But it's my job to make sure that he makes an empowered decision, right? That's what sales is about. It's about giving them everything they need so that they can literally take control of their lives. That's why I'm on the call with him, right? I get on the call to help him make an empowered decision. If he doesn't have all of his questions answered, if he doesn't have the knowledge regarding the investment, then he can't make an empowered decision. And that's what a good salesperson does, is they help the person get out of their own way, remove all the limiting beliefs and obstacles in their way, and help them make a good decision, right? So when someone tells me, I need time to think about it, I know that they haven't gotten everything they need. They haven't gotten that certainty to make that empowered decision. So I have to keep asking them, do you have any more questions? Do you have any more questions? And you could see that when he was saying, I need time to think about it, I kept saying, what do you mean by that? Can you expand upon that? And eventually the truth came out and he was like, it's a lot of money. So as you can see, he said it was he needed time to think about it, but really that was just a mask for the fact that it was too much money for him. So it's about getting to the core of those limiting beliefs and those objections and what they really mean. Because if you can actually disarm the prospect and get to that root cause, then you can help them. If I don't close a sale, it's completely fine. But as long as I gave him everything he needed to make an empowered decision, I'm happy, because maybe it wasn't the right decision for him, right? But as long as I did my job to help him get out of his own way and clear up those sort of limiting beliefs and those uncertainties, then I put him in a position to make an empowered decision that could potentially change his life.
So what, in your opinion, is the hardest part about starting a fitness brand?
I think the hardest part about starting a fitness brand is setting yourself apart from the pack and being unique, right? Because you can't just be saying shit that tons of people have said. You have to come with something that is unique, right? Because if you're just rehashing stuff that people have already said and done, it's going to be hard to kind of make a name for yourself and build some noise and kind of have a contagious message that spreads, right? But yeah, I think definitely that's a good question, man. There lot of different aspects, but I think in terms of the most important thing that is also really hard, it's setting yourself apart. It's standing out in a very, very big crowd, right? Because the fitness industry is one of the most competitive industries in the world, right? And if you're not unique, it's going to be difficult to get attention onto your message.
So how do you feel about this call?
I'm always feeling good about the calls, man. Yeah. I'm feeling really relaxed and chill.
Do you think that because you had one earlier today kind of helps?
Yeah, man. Dude, I really wish I could like batch the calls almost. I could like pick a couple of days and just like stack them all on those days, man. So I'm just doing them like one after the other. It's like what I was talking about earlier. Like I like to have like, it's really hard to get into the flow state and then be taken out of the flow to do a call and try and get back to what you were doing before. So I'd like to have like ideally like a few days of the week where I just have all my calls and the rest of the days I can just like be in like deep work mode all day. Because it's hard to like be like writing a video script and then get on a call and get back to the script. It's like even if you can like somewhat mimic that flow state, you can't get back to where you were before. Yeah. It's like impossible, man. And like that, having that time for focused work, as you know, is critical, you know. Oh, there he is. Hey, how's your week going?
It's actually going great. Wow, it's actually you.
It is me, man. It is me. Where are you calling from today, man?
I'm in California.
Okay, awesome, man. Awesome, man. So tell me, man. Like, what motivated you to take the time out of your day and schedule a call with me?
Well, I've just been probably for like the last, I want to say about 10-ish years, I've kind of been struggling with my weight back and forth. And, as I'm getting a little bit older, like some months back, I decided like, I'm going to start, working out again, just get feeling stronger again, just working on myself, physically.
So let me ask you this, like, are you currently like happy with the process you're using to achieve the body you want?
I mean, I can't say no because I am enjoying my workouts. I am enjoying like the progress. I'm not like dissatisfied with anything that I'm doing. I just, if I could get a more organized way, a more proper, because I don't really, as far as like the diet and losing more fat and stuff like that, I just kind of don't, other than a calorie deficit, I don't really know what else? I mean, I don't know what else kind of to do.
And so would getting this body, this result have an impact on like the other areas of your life?
Honestly, I think so. I think it would give me like a lot more confidence. I would just feel better about myself that I like stuck to something and it's something that I really want to do and I'm doing it. What is the price range on something like that?
Yeah, so the everyday price for this is
for the 3 months?
Correct. Oh, he left the meeting. Maybe, I don't know if it was purposely or maybe he lost connection. I don't know, sometimes people just get off the call, but I don't know, he seemed pretty interested. Yeah, I could send him an email quickly. Did I seem like weird about it?
No, you seem fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Weird. It's like sometimes like, if you don't say things like in a certain way, people may think you're like slimy or whatever. And they just like say like, oh, I'm gonna leave this call. Should I give him a call on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, weird, man. He seemed like pretty open to it.
Can he like see you during the call? Will you like video on?
No, I don't keep it on. I did for a while, but then I realized like I want to stay focused on taking notes because it adds a whole different element to the call. Yeah. If you can just get rid of it, like the body language side of things, it's much easier. All right, I'll try giving him a call. Yeah, maybe some people are just like not comfortable in those kinds of situations where you state price. For some reason, it doesn't work. It says your network is restricting SIP/UDP traffic. Oh, there we go.
Has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Super strange, dude. Fuck. Yeah, no, dude, I think he just ghosted. So weird, like how people like can seem one way and like be completely different. You know what I mean? Like he can sound completely like into it and like all that, but dude, you can tell like after like he was like squirming and like thinking about shit and he was like probably just didn't want to face the decision on the call. Just like, fuck this. Dude, some people see sales as like slimy, even though like, I mean, I'm not like, it's not like I don't do like boiler room style selling where I'm like forcing people and being all like high energy and talking over them and shit. It's like, but still some people are like, when you ask them for money over the phone, especially the older crowd, like it's a little bit different for them, right?
Yeah.
Because like they're not used to like giving money over the fucking internet.
How do you feel about the fact that like you could have really helped him?
That's a good question, man. Yeah. I mean, that's part of where like the nerves come from at the beginning of the call, like I mentioned, is like you have the potential to help that person. But at the same time, like if you do what's in your power and you follow like what you're supposed to do, like I did what, like I asked the right questions, I got a good sense of his current situation and his desired situation, where he wanted to go, and I presented him my offer. The rest is out of my control. Whether he wants to end the call or not, that's up to him, right? Like that is like one of those things where like I can't take that personally. I can take it personally if he stayed on the call and I didn't close it and it was the right fit. But if he's gonna leave the call, then that's a completely different situation. That's out of my control, you know?
Okay, so we've had a couple calls over the past few days and no sales yet.
No sales.
2 calls today. How are you feeling about them?
I'm feeling good, man. Same as before. Same for everyone, you know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I always look forward to the calls, man. I always look forward to the calls, speaking with prospects. Again, I'm never looking for the sale. I'm looking to diagnose. That's my primary objective with calls. It's like I'm looking for if this person is a fit for what I have to offer and if they actually have a problem to solve, right? Because as you guys might have seen, some people are not fits, right? And I'm totally okay with that. I appreciate them being honest with me about the fact that they're not a fit. And I honestly, I don't want those people as clients because they're not going to make for good testimonials. They're not going to get great results if they're not a great fit, right? So it's also important for me, like I have to, like it's not like you guys also have to justify to me that you're a good fit for what I have to offer because I'm picky with who I work with, right? So yeah, I'm always just looking to diagnose the problems, see if the person is a fit. I'm never really looking for the sale necessarily. I don't even think about that really when I'm going into a call.
Okay, so no show.
I'm not sure. Sometimes they show up like a few minutes after. Literally it always blows my mind, dude. Like people can like book calls and go through like filling out like 5 or 7, I think it's like 7 questions, schedule a call, go through the whole funnel, the whole process, and still don't show up. Like they have the opportunity to pick any time that's convenient for them, and they still don't show. It's fucking annoying. If you guys don't show up, you ain't getting a reschedule, okay? If you let me know beforehand, then that's chill. If you book a call, you don't show up, I'm not letting you reschedule. Slightly, disrespectful to my time. Fuck, dude. That sucks so much cock. That sucks infinite amounts of cocks. Yeah, that's a no-show, man.
Shit.
Yeah. Exactly what we fucking were worried about. That sucks.
Are you scared if people will judge you for being yourself in these vlogs?
Well, if they, honestly, man, like what I've found through creating content is that you tend to attract people who are like you, right? And if I'm living a fake identity, then I'm going to be attracting a lot of people who love the fake version of me, but not the real version of me. And my goal is to attract people who actually like me and who I am, like in a raw, authentic way, right? And that's what I love about these vlogs that we're filming and documenting the raw process, is actually showing people that like, hey, I'm a real person, right? I have a family, I have goals, I have these different things that I'm doing, right? It's not just the fitness. So to answer the question really, am I scared? Not really. It's not really in my nature to really give too much of a fuck. But definitely, if I were in the beginning stages of putting out YouTube videos, I probably would be terrified of it. But I think like I built myself up to the point where I'm happy. I'm more happy to put out this raw, authentic version of myself than anything else, right? Just sending him a quick email, make sure that he knows that we're starting the call now. We went through quite literally hell to get here, so I'm really hoping he shows up. There was basically a huge rainstorm, lots of traffic. It's 4 o'clock is not an ideal time to be driving through downtown Ottawa, but we made it work, man. We made it work. Mosquito in here. I have to pull out my fucking wizardry and just snap that bitch right out the midair. Man, I'm not letting a fucking mosquito stop me from closing this sale, man. Bitch ass motherfucker. Well, it's not here. You know, I think what might help, man, is if I like give people, I think we talked about this, but give people a smaller window of time to book the call so that they have to talk to me within a couple days of booking it. Because like I think this dude booked like last week. Probably forgot about it, which is rather frustrating. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you, man. Guys, please respect my time. Like, fuck, man. This is rather frustrating.
So that's 2 no-shows today.
2 no-shows, yeah. It's another day at the fucking office, man. Frustrated, you know. Frustrated, man, frustrated. People need to learn to respect other people's time. You know what I mean? Like, we just fucking drove all the way over here for no reason. But yeah, don't book a call if you're not gonna fucking show up to it. That's the moral of the story, right? Only book a call if you're serious and you actually want my help. Because ultimately, like, you may think that you're doing me, you know, a disservice by not showing up, but you're actually doing yourself a big fucking disservice, because this is here for you, right? This is here for you to get the result that you seek. Obviously, it's mutually beneficial, and that is the world of capitalism that we live in. But at the end of the day, man, if you don't take initiative and you don't show up for yourself, you're never going to get the help that you need, right? So, but yeah, no, it's, now I know, like, the people who don't show up, I know that they're not serious. That even if they do reschedule a call, I'm probably not going to get onto it because they're probably not serious, right? You would show up to the first one if you were serious about actually taking things into your own hands and getting the result that you want, right? So yeah, fuck me. What it is, man, what it is.
You spoke a bit earlier when we were talking about how you used to let negative comments affect you quite a lot and how you don't anymore. What allowed you to make that change mentally?
Yeah, so what allowed me to make that change and not really care about the negative comments was this one quote, right? And it goes, "To avoid criticism, do nothing, say nothing, be nothing."